G'day, g'day! How you going, guys? Welcome back to our playthrough of Dinkum. It's episode 354. Miserable looking day, but plenty of things to do still. So let's get it started, shall we? So let's maybe just do what we need to do here at the farm very quickly. And we can then set out with our adventures for the day. Now, in terms of what we're going to get to do today, it's really going to be focusing on maybe tidying up the archery range. We did spend quite a long time on the archery range the other day, actually, and I don't know if we're there just yet, so who knows, maybe it's not a tidying up day, maybe it's still sort of going to be like a test and learn day. Depending on how we go, it could be completed today, potentially, but yeah, I'm sort of not going to make any promises because we could change things here and there. Anyway, before we start thinking about the archery range though, I do also want to mention that I think maybe we'll do a couple of other things today as well, which is making it back to the temple, seeing if we can fix that up a little bit more, add a few more things to it. And then there's the matter of the spare house, or rather the holiday house, and the customization kit that we've got in hand right now. So I'm keen on just trying to make use of that, and obviously get rid of the customization kit from our inventory so we can sort of hold a few more things. It is looking pretty bad this morning, not a lot of space to work with, but that's probably because of my own doing, hanging on to a whole bunch of stuff that, yes, they are project related, but you know, we don't exactly need all of the things that day. I don't know, maybe I should have like a dedicated chest that can be used literally to, you know, dump stuff when we're not using it for the day. I think that might be, you know, a decent thing to do and a decent idea. Anyway, coming back to it here, let's just get everyone fed, and let's also get our doggos fed here. So one for you, mate, and where's your little brother? There he is. There we go. Alright, and we've got grub meats. Let's see if we can just make sure we get the grub meats in. And I'm not sure if there's anything else here in the farm that we need to take a look at and resolve. Okay, looks like we've got another batch of watermelons. Very nice. We'll take all of that. More tomatoes. Very good. I wish there was a way to use like one of the kegs or something like that. I don't know about like fermenting tomatoes, but I'd like to be able to like use some of the tools to be able to crush up the tomatoes and actually make some kind of a tomato sauce, you know. I know you Americans like to call it tomato ketchup, but us Aussies, we call it sauce. Meat pies, can't have a good meat pie without some sauce. But I was also sort of thinking, well, I mean, there's a lot of Italians that live here in Australia, and plenty of Italians obviously make their own tomato sauces for whether or not it's pizza or pasta. So that was sort of the idea that I had some way to convert our excessive amounts of tomato into some kind of a sauce. Whether or not it's the squirtable type or the stuff that you use on pizzas and pastas doesn't really matter. They're all pretty good. Alright, anything else we need to do here? I don't think so. We'll probably just store the wombat poo and come back to that. Hopefully tomorrow we can actually use it. We are running out of rupus, running out of bones, so we might find it to be a little bit more difficult trying to actually make that fertilizer. Then the next season obviously is happening in about 10 days or so, so we've got to think about fertilizer for the next season. But we do have quite a lot banked up. It's just that it definitely seems like at the beginning of the season you would be, you know, using up quite a lot of your fertilizer with whatever new plans you have for the farm. Anyway, let us drop a few things off here and get things processing. You know what? I had thought to myself this morning about what I needed to do with Dinkum, and I sort of thought, oh, we'll need the dirt printer, so we should drop off the dirt printer earlier in the morning, and I've completely forgotten to do that. So yeah, dirt printer's charging. We're gonna have to wait for that, and it might take a while. I think in the meantime, while it's charging, we can maybe give the archery range a go. So we'll try and pick up our bone arrows and bone bow. And yeah, we'll have a play around, see how it feels. Drop that there. And let's drop a few additional things here. I think that's it. Yeah, let's, as I said, grab what we need here. Okay, so our hunting gear is not here. Maybe it's at home, actually. So I'll come back to that. We also said that we would go see Rain about more onion seeds. So Clover wants 1 carrot for a hearty stew. We can do that. Alpha Croc, we still have 3 days. That's fine. Let's maybe drop some wheat, and maybe we can brew some more coffee. We did consume quite a bit of coffee the other day. And it might not be a bad thing to just keep going with the coffee brewing. Okay, cool. Chuck that back there, and yeah, let's go see Rain. Okay, no onion seeds today, unfortunately. Just trying to think of whether or not there's anything else we need to do here, but I guess it's just putting that away, and we should go fetch our bow and our arrows. Hopefully it feels good to use at the range. And yeah, I guess we just sort of need to think about what else we're going to do there. I'm not 100% sure that I'm convinced that the lighting is correct. So maybe we can have a play around. Alright. We only have very few bone arrows, so perhaps maybe we should save up some bones for the purpose of making some more arrows when we go see Ted, or whenever Ted decides to drop by. But yeah, here we are. It is looking... Oh, I keep doing that, guys. I keep accidentally taking the gate down instead of opening it like a proper human being. So there we go. And from here you should be able to sort of... Nice. Okay. And it does actually jiggle a little bit if you hit it, which is kind of interesting. Maybe you have to hit the body or something. Yeah, there you go. Alright, that's kind of cool. So that was a happy accident because I didn't know that these things sort of jiggle a little bit if you hit it with an arrow. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's enough lighting here. I feel like maybe I should put like maybe another couple of lights over this side, just to make the place a little bit brighter towards the entrance. Oh god, my lord. All right, we do need some pathways to also lead us here, so let's get some rock paths down. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is turning out to be quite a interesting space, if you ask me. I don't know if we should put like even more walls to cover this side as well. It might make sense, because arguably these arrows might be able to go through the vine walls and actually hit someone on the other side. as brutal as that sounds. Yeah, and you know what? Maybe it also makes sense because we've got lights set up this way, and it does look a little bit awkward for some of these lights sitting on top of like pillars that look like they're literally there just for the purposes of holding those lamps. So yeah, maybe that's the answer, guys. And so a couple of more lamps. Actually, we do have a couple of lamps on hand, so why not? Let's place this down. I'm thinking to just do it on the low ground within the space. And yeah, we just need to print more soil, obviously, and to actually get those brick paths set up. I think we're probably going to need at least a couple of batches of brick paths. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, well, I'm going to need 12. We have to make 16. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Does this make sense, or does it make more sense to put stone steps here? I think I like what we had before, because we technically have a hardwood plank sort of leading out over here in this one tile. Okay, if I can stop picking up the gate accidentally, that would be great. Alright, cool. This is actually coming along really nicely. So if we ever get to make a pool, I sort of want the pool to be set up somewhere around here. So this is going to be our, I don't know what you call that, but it's more like an exercise recreation center almost, where you might have a lot of different sporting things together with a pool. But yeah, the idea is it would be a bit of a complex around here, but not going to rush into the pool just yet, guys, because as I said in several episodes ago, I have a feeling that the next update's going to have something to do with going to the beach or going to the pool, because that's what you would do normally in the summertime. Yeah, so hopefully we get some good updates or good things coming out of the update. We are going to have to wait for the printer to be done. So if that's the case, then why don't we just deal with this alpha croc and at least get that done and out of the way. and that way we can then get the day started. I was thinking of doing the temple thing, guys, but then I just come across this this area here with our flowers in our flower garden, and I did say that we needed to move everything by 1 tile, so I reckon maybe that's what we do today. So we'll move everything by 1 tile and just fix everything once and for all. But yeah, so we'll definitely complete the archery range today, that's for sure. Now, maybe I can actually experiment with the bone bow against the croc, or should I keep that for actual hunting? Maybe I should keep it for hunting, actually, because those crocs are probably not going to take too much damage from an arrow. And it's probably better if we're just on the ground taking it out that way. Our diggos are being aggressive. Actually been a very long time since we've been to the spare house. Maybe a good idea for us to just do some work over here. Good stuff. All right. Let's keep going. It is kind of far, isn't it, this croc? It's actually near Jimmy's place, but I don't know if we really need to go see Jimmy. There's nothing in particular that I feel like trying to sell off to him, so yeah, we might not really visit Jimmy even until the end of the series, unless there's a pressing need for us to make some money for whatever reason. Anyway, let's try and do what we can here. Try not to take too much damage as well if we can. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so I feel like there are some changes to some of these alpha animals, and they seem to lunge a little bit more than before. Okay, good. Job's done. We can now turn that in. Probably need to figure out who requested that. Sheila. Okay. Cool, so why don't we head to the Tucker box and we'll see if we can just complete the quest. I think clearing out the quests should generally help with, I guess, spawning more quests. So if you're really wanting to help people out in town, the best thing to do is just to try and clear out the message board. Yeah, I haven't actually asked people about favors and stuff like that and whether or not people need stuff done. And, you know, it's really good to build the relationships and everything with people, but I don't know if we really have a lot of time to do that. We are kind of running out of time to do everything that we want to do. Looks like the big farm is ready for a bit of a cleanup and replant. So maybe we can do that tonight. But let's go ahead and complete this quest. Still a lot of day left, right, Blue? Definitely. I completed your request. Thank you for taking care of the alpha croco. Those alpha creatures are really dangerous and can cause a lot of havoc. Here, take 27,000 as promised. Thanks for keeping Wuyan safe for everyone, Blue. Good. Bit of cash there. We are sort of a little bit low in the pockets, at least, on cash. Let's leave that there. And I think what we can do is just sort out our inventory once more. And maybe pick up the charged soil printer. Let's drop this off, and let's see, anything else we need to get rid of? I think the honey. And the alpha scale we do need to just bring to our farm. And, you know, worst case scenario, tomorrow, if we don't have, you know, ingredients for fertilizers, we can use some alpha scales, I reckon. But, why don't we brew some more coffee since we're here. Right, and now, before we forget, we should also make those brick pathways. So let's quickly do that right now. So I reckon, yeah, just a couple of batches should be enough. And from here, we should be able to just try and complete our design. Because I think there's probably enough lighting there. But look, I did mention the other day that if I wait for your advice, you know, we'd be very, very close to completing the series. But I think you can definitely get your advice in, guys, before the end of the series, because, you know, if you do want stuff changed, or if you've got some ideas, I could potentially still implement it in the last few days. But I think this is looking pretty complete to me. Just need to make this side that extra bit safer, and I think we'll be good. And from there, we do need to move on to other things. Good times, and let us place brick paths here. Great. Alright. Definitely secure on that side. Let's make sure that things are secure on this side as well. And I don't know if there's anything else that we can do over here to potentially make the place a little bit nicer. Should we use maybe festoons or something? Maybe like flag festoons. Might not be a bad idea. Since we've got all that cloth just doing nothing. Great. Alright. So if we do flag festoons, I guess we could just do a flag festoon right out here. Although, things are looking very symmetrical right now. Sometimes the trouble with using some of those walls or festoons is that things get a little bit of unaligned. So I think this type of festoon is pretty much the same as the flag festoons, right? So maybe we could just test it in terms of spacing, because I do feel like that's probably gonna give us problems. Yeah, so you can't have it like smack bang in the middle. Okay, and you can't exactly have steps underneath it either. Tricky. Is there maybe an opportunity for us to put it like on top of? Like if I did something like that and had like, you know, a couple of them, I wonder if that would look cool. Can we put lamps underneath? Because that's also a problem if we can't. Maybe we can do something like that. So the lamps on the outer corners, and then we can do a couple of festoons on top. Maybe. Oh no. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. Let's just fix what we just tore down. There we go. Alright, why don't we get a couple of those festoons going, and then from there I think we'll move on to fixing up the flower garden. I think that will be it for the day, and we'll come back to other projects on subsequent episodes. So I think I can afford to just leave the vine wall there. This vine festoon needs to come back with us. Got a few bits and pieces. Coffee. So we're gonna need our cloths. I can't remember what else we need for those festoons, but we'll soon find out. Hardwood planks. Okay. Let's gather some hardwood planks in that case. And let's do this. So, just a couple of them. Actually, they're called bunting festoons. I've been calling them flag festoons. Alright, cool, looking good. Alright, so let's actually fly up there. Okay, so bunting festoons going in. I think I just sort of need to be out of the way to actually do it though. Looks good. One more. Yeah, something like that. Looks decent. Maybe I can put a lamp in the middle, and that might light things up a little bit more. So yeah, we'll come back to the lamp in the center. I don't think we need to stress about getting it in today. Because I think the archery range is looking nice. So I'm satisfied with what I see. Again, if you guys give me some other ideas before the series ends, then I can always come back and fix it up, and perhaps maybe it might look even better. Let's see. Just gonna try and store stuff. Free up a little bit more inventory space. And yeah, this vine festoon can go as well. Let's put it back. Good. Alright. And it's now time for us to move the flower garden by one tile, that is. A proper hoon now. Okay, I'm just being a pest. Alright, you know, it's a little bit awkward though to push the horn while actually driving around, because it's using the N key, and driving around is like the normal WSAD, so it's not the most convenient, but anyway. Man, I feel bad because like people are trying to enjoy the space, and I'm just here tearing everything down. Okay, so I'm gonna sort of incrementally do stuff, guys, rather than sort of tear everything down and redo the entire thing. The reason why I'm doing that is so that we're preserving the style that we had before and not, you know, redoing things exactly. And do that and that. Cool. Yeah, actually, we don't need to move everything, right? Like, we can just move one layer, I suppose, of the brick paths on this side and move it over that side. So, that'll be pretty convenient. Okay. Good-o. Alright, let's take these down. Okay, and yeah, I suppose we should just get all of that back in. There we go, and fencing goes there, lighting goes there, and you know what, I feel like we might be missing one palmwood fence, which really should be going around here in this corner, but we'll fix that later. Looking for the brick paths. Right. benches going down. Good stuff. Alright, now to move the actual stuff in the middle. Maybe I can just move that first, place that down, and might make all of this other stuff a little bit easier. Good. Flowers going back down. Alright, looks good. And the final section. I think we should be done. Perhaps maybe we can just go see if we've got some spare, whatchamacallit, fences. Okay, that looks good. Just need all the flowers back in, and I think we should be pretty good. Done. Alright, let's hoon our way into the workshop and see if we can check out whether or not we've got some spare fencing to use. And you know what, it might not be a bad idea just to drop off the printer right now. That way, tomorrow, we won't have to wait around for it. Great. Fencing. Ah, yes, we've got one palmwood path. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. So, we should be able to get this completed, and we're pretty much going to be calling it a night. I'd hang around a little bit more, guys, if I could, but unfortunately I do need to go out and pick Mrs. Blue up from work, because I had to use the car today, so gonna need to give her a lift, make sure she gets home safely. Alright. Cool. Running out of juice though, so just gonna quickly have some wheat, and I think we're gonna be done. Speaking of wheat, yes, we do have the a large farm to try and harvest, but you know what? I'm not like desperate for any of the things there, so you know, we could probably leave that for the time being. Actually, sorry, we completely missed what we were supposed to do, which is place down the palmwood fence. So I don't know what I was doing exactly there. I think I got distracted with the pathways not looking right. In fact, I feel like we should still need to fix that area up a little bit more. Maybe have the road curve around a little bit. But anyway, so far things are looking good. Archery range is done, except for the one maybe small lamp that we need to create. That can happen tomorrow or the next few episodes. But for now, I think I'm going to be signing out, and yeah, hope you guys look forward to the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Leave a like, a dislike, or a comment or two down below. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.